Hello and welcome everyone. I hope everybody is fit and fine. In our previous class, we have seen the fourth form of organization, which is the cooperative society. Okay, we studied about its meaning, characteristics, features, merits and demerits. In today's class, we will begin with the next topic, that is types of cooperative societies or organization. Now, let us begin. Students, as I told you about cooperative society, that a cooperative society is a voluntary association in which some person come together to fulfill their common interest for common purpose, right? They come together for a common purpose. Now, there are different types of cooperative societies. Okay, let us see the first one. The first is consumer cooperative society. See the explanation. It seeks to eliminate middlemen by establishing a direct link with the producer. With the producers, it purchases goods of daily consumption directly from manufacturer or wholesaler and sells them to the members at a reasonable price. See students, consumer cooperative society. See, any member, okay, any consumer can join the cooperative society, okay, if they want to do something good for the consumers, if they want to do something good for the members of the consumer cooperative society, they can join in the consumer cooperative society. What is the work of consumer cooperative society? See, it seeks to eliminate the middlemen by establishing a direct link with the producers. Student, generally what happens if in the channel of distribution, if there is middlemen, then generally the cost increases. How the cost increases? Because they have to give some compensations or some commissions, okay, not compensation, actually commissions to the middlemen, okay, or the agencies or the distributors. The goods are produced and the goods are, after the production, the goods are distributed to different agencies, different distributors are there, and then after, from them the wholesaler purchases the goods, and from wholesaler it goes to retailers and finally to the consumer. So there is a long channel, but if the channel is break, okay, if we break the channel and if the middlemen are eliminated, then the cost will reduce, okay, then we will not, like, then it is not necessary to bear extra cost and pay commissions to the middlemen or agents or the distributed, okay, distributors. So in consumer cooperative society, generally what happens, there is a direct link with the producer, means there is direct link with the producer, like the, see the next line, it purchases goods of daily consumption directly from the manufacturer or the wholesaler, means the consumer cooperative society are the one who are in direct link with the producer, okay, in between them there is no middleman, right? Now they are in direct link with the manufacturer, okay, the manufacturer manufactures the good, the final good, and they can purchase the goods from them and they can distribute or sell it to the ultimate consumer at a very reasonable price, or else they can directly contact the wholesaler and they can sell, they can purchase the goods from them and sell the goods to the consumers in a very reasonable price, and consumer, the other consumers also, and plus the members of the society also, okay. So consumer cooperative society is the one in which they eliminate middlemen, there is direct, they eliminate middlemen, there is direct link with the producer, they directly purchase the goods from the manufacturer or the wholesaler and sell those goods to the members of the society as well as the other consumers at a reasonable price, okay. Now coming to the next, that is producers cooperative society. See the explanation. The main aim is to help small producers who cannot easily collect various items of production and face some problems in marketing. These societies purchase raw materials, tools, equipments and other items in large quantity and provide these things to their members at a reasonable price. Now students, producers cooperative society generally consists of different producers, okay, who come together to help each other. Now in producers cooperative society, what generally they do, in generally like we can say in semi-urban area or in rural areas, there are many small producers who do not have sufficient financial resources or other resources. Okay, so in that way this producers cooperative society helps help those small producer. How they help them? They provide them different materials or items for the production. Like small producers do not have sufficient resources, they do not have enough financial resources, enough money to purchase raw material or the tools or the equipment. So in that case, this producer cooperative society help them by providing them the tools, raw materials and equipment at a very reasonable price. Okay, so in this way they help the small producer. Now moving to the next, that is marketing cooperative society. See the explanation. It performs various marketing functions such as transportation, warehousing, packaging, grading, marketing research, etc. for the benefit of its members. The production of different members is pulled together and sold by society at a good price. Now students, in marketing cooperative society, like in cooperative societies, as I told you, there like cooperative society is formed. How the cooperative society is formed? Cooperative society is formed by the group of member. Okay, they come together for the common purpose. Okay, so what is the work of marketing cooperative society? See, it's very simple. Marketing means to market the products in the market. Okay, जब प्रोडक्ट एक बार तैयार हो जाता है, when it is in the factory, it has to be marketed, it has to be advertised. Okay, so that the consumer can gain knowledge about the products. Okay, for marketing they need to do many function. Okay, such as transportation, they need to do transportation, they need to transport the final goods, plus warehousing facilities required. Now the final goods are produced. एक बार goods produce हो गए, लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सारे जो output produce किए गए हैं वो एक साथ ही sell out हो जाएं. Okay, some items will be kept in stock. Okay, तो उन आइटम्स को कहाँ रखा जाएगा? इन वेयर हाउस. वेयर हाउस मतलब जो गोडाउन होते हैं, वहाँ पे स्टॉक्स रखे जाते हैं. ओके, नाउ फॉर मार्केटिंग they need to pack the goods. Okay, they need to grade it. Grading means grading on the basis of the size, means एक साइज वाले गुड्स को एक साथ कलेक्ट करना, उनको एक साथ पैकेजिंग करना. ओके, ना डिफरेंट प्राइस वालों को लाइक सेम प्राइस वालों को अलग करना, लाइक 5-5 रुपए वाले प्रोडक्ट्स को अलग रखना, 10 वालों को अलग रखना, अगर 1 लीटर का बॉटल है तो उसको अलग रखना, 500 ml का बॉटल है तो उसको अलग रखना. सो ग्रेडिंग मीन्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द साइज, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द क्वांटिटी. Okay, on the basis of the price, different products are graded. Okay, so all these functions are conducted by the cooperative society. What they do, marketing cooperative society, the production of different member is pulled. मतलब जितने भी members हैं यहाँ पे, okay, जितने भी members हैं सभी के production means output, सभी के output को एक साथ लाया जाता है, एक साथ pull किया जाता है, and then they sell it to the सोसाइटी. ओके, मेंबर्स जितने भी मेंबर्स हैं जिनको ज़रूरत है उस चीज़ की, उनको सेल आउट किया जाता है एट अ गुड प्राइस. ओके, so this is the work of marketing cooperative society. Marketing cooperative societies are the society who give many what benefits of marketing, like transportation facility, warehousing facility, okay, packaging, etc. and they sell the products to its customers, or we can say to its members at a very good price. So here what happens in marketing cooperative society, generally the output of all the producers is brought together and sold at the best price. As I already told you students, the cooperative marketing society consists of small producers, okay, who find it difficult to sell their products at profit. So in that case, the output of all the producer is brought together. Okay, they bring all the output together and then they sell it at the best price. Okay, such a society helps to improve the power of the producer. Okay, now they perform various functions. As I already told you, they perform the transportation, warehousing and many other functions. Now when they sell the goods, they gain some profit in it. So what do? Is the profit and the sales, okay, they are distributed, whatever the profit they earn, it is distributed among the members, okay, according to their share, okay, how much they have sold, right? So this is all about marketing cooperative society. Now coming to the next, that is farmers cooperative society. Students, farmers cooperative society, as I already told you, that these societies consist of small farmers who join together, okay. Now what happens generally, like in India, okay, where agriculture suffers from excessive what subdivision of land, okay. Now the farming cooperative society is the one which is known as agriculture cooperative society also. What is the main objective of farming cooperative society, students? See the explanation. In such societies, small farmers join together and pool their resources for cultivating their land collectively. Such societies provide better quality seeds, fertilizers, machinery, and other modern techniques for use in cultivation of crops. It provides them opportunity for cultivation on large scale. It means that the cooperative society, farmers cooperative society, helps the small farmers to get the benefit, okay. The single farmer, like students, generally what happens, a single farmer who have no, like, who have less financial resources or who do not have sufficient resources, okay, for him it will be difficult to cultivate the land, okay. So what they do, they come together, all the small farmers come together, they pool their resources together, okay, they bring together all the resource, and then what happens, they do the cultivation of the land together, okay. Plus this helps them to provide better quality seeds, okay. They invest their money together, okay, they collect the money, they contribute the money, and they invest the money in proper seed, in good quality seed, okay, by purchasing good quality seed, purchasing fertilizers, okay, doing irrigation, purchasing machineries, and many other things, okay. And plus it provides them the opportunity to cultivate on a large scale. A small farmer cannot produce, a small farmer cannot cultivate on a large scale due to lack of resources, but when they come together, when they bring together all the resources, they all are able to cultivate the land together on a large scale, okay. This is what farmers cooperative society is all about. Now next is credit cooperative society. Credit cooperative society consists of the people, okay, it consists of the people those who find it difficult to arrange credit or loans, okay. These societies provide financial assistance to its members. Now read the explanation. Such societies protect the members from exploitation by money lenders. They provide loans to their members at easy term and reasonably low rate of interest. See students, in this society generally the people, those who don't have sufficient means, or those who find difficult to arrange the credit or loans, okay, because if they will go to money lenders, then the money lenders will exploit them by giving them loans at a high interest rate, okay, they will charge high interest rate. So in that case what happens, they come and join together in the credit cooperative society, and all the members of the credit cooperative society contribute some capitals, okay. Now अगर उनको लोन्स देना ही है तो वो अगर बाहर से लेकर तो लोन्स दे नहीं पाएंगे, तो उनको क्या करना पड़ता है, जितने भी मेंबर्स हैं, सपोज 10 मेंबर्स हैं, सो ऑल द 10 मेंबर्स कंट्रीब्यूट सम अमाउंट ऑफ द कैपिटल, ओके. नाउ जितना भी कंट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है, that amount will be saved, okay, and that amount will be given among, like, that amount will be used to give loans to the members at a low interest rate. Understood? Now the last is cooperative housing society. Now these societies are formed to provide generally the accommodation to the people, okay. The main aim is to provide houses to the people with limited means income at the reasonable price. Students, what happens in cooperative housing society, okay, these societies are the societies who purchase a big plot of land, मतलब वो बड़ा plot एक खरीदते हैं, okay, एक land का एक plot खरीदते हैं. Now plot of land, in that land they construct flats on that, okay, they construct flats on that and sell these flats to its members on installment or either
like full pay in reasonable rates. Okay, so यहाँ पे cooperative society का काम क्या है? The members are the one who actually purchase a big plot of land. Okay, the society purchases a big plot of land, they contribute the money, they purchase big plot of land, and they construct small flats in that on that, and sell these flats to its members. Okay, अपने members को sell out करते हैं. The members can pay the money on installment or a complete pay. Some housing cooperative society provide loans also to the members for building houses. If they do not want a flat, then they provide them the money to build house according to them. Okay, so this is the work of cooperative housing society. Okay, so here we studied about different types of cooperative societies. Consumer cooperative societies consist of consumers who join together to eliminate the middlemen. Okay, and they work for the safety of the consumers. Okay, producers cooperative society consist of what? Producer cooperative society consists of all the small producers. Okay, those who find difficulty, those who individually find it difficult to arrange the inputs, machinery, resources, they all come together and help each other. Marketing cooperative society consists of the producers, the small producers, okay, or you can call the marketers. Okay, they work together. Farmers cooperative societies consist of small farmers. Credit cooperative societies consist of the person, those who are in need of loans or credit. And cooperative housing societies consist of the person, those who are in need of housing or accommodation facility. Okay, so in this way they help each other by forming the cooperative society.
Now students will move to the fifth form of organization. This is the last form of private organization. We have already studied about sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family business, partnership, and cooperative society. Now the fifth is joint stock company. Now joint stock company, what does it say? See the meaning. This is the last and the fifth point. Joint stock company meaning, joint stock company is a voluntary association of persons having a separate legal existence, perpetual succession, and common seal. Student, what is company? Joint stock company. Joint stock company is what? Joint, as it is written, joint stock company is a voluntary association of persons. Association of person. Association of person means many person come together to start a company. That is voluntary association. Voluntary association means they are not forced to join the company. Okay, they come and join by their own will. Okay, so joint stock company is the company form of organization in which, okay, which is a voluntary association of person in which the person comes and they form the company and they have a separate legal existence, perpetual succession, and a common seal. I will explain all these terms in the further point. See, students, see the characteristics features of joint stock company. We will easily get to know about all these terms in details. Let us start the characteristics features of joint stock company. Joint stock company, the first is separate legal existence. See, it is created by law and it is distinct legal entity independent of its members. It can own property, enter into contract, can file suits in its own name. See student, a joint stock company is a voluntary association. That you understood, that it is an association of different person. They come together and they start the joint stock company. Okay, it is a voluntary organization. Now the next is it has a separate legal existence. What does that mean? A company has a separate legal identity. It means that a company can carry on the business in its own name. It can buy and sell the assets in its own name. It can enter into the contract without the outsiders in its own name. The company and its member are separate, means the company and the members are separate, they are not one. That is why it is known as separate. Separate means, see, the company means the owner, see, the owner of the company and the one who manages the company. Student, I'll give a random example. अगर कोई एक company है, ठीक है, maybe the owner of the company is the one, like the, it is not necessary that always the owner will manage the company. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. हो सकता है कि एक कंपनी है, सपोज XYZ कंपनी इज़ देयर, ओके, एंड एक्चुअली उसमें ओनर कोई और है और उस कंपनी को मैनेज कोई और करता है. इट मीन्स दैट द ओनर ऑफ द कंपनी इज़ डिफरेंट, राइट? द फाउंडर मेंबर इज़ डिफरेंट, ओके, द फाउंडर और द ओनर इज़ डिफरेंट. बट here what we are studying, that they have separate legal identities. It means that the owner is different and the management is the manager is different, who is managing the activities of the organization. Okay, so organization में जितने members हैं वो अलग हैं और यहाँ पे owner अलग है. इसलिए बोला जाता है that company can work in its own name. चाहे उसको कोई भी मैनेज करे लेकिन वो कंपनी का नाम रहेगा. एंड यहाँ पे ओनर अलग हैं, ओके, कंपनी का एग्जिस्टेंस यहाँ अलग अलग है. ओके, समटाइम इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इट हैपन्स कि एक कंपनी, सपोज XYZ कंपनी है, उसमें जो ओनर है ही इज़ ओनली द मैनेजर ऑफ दैट कंपनी, तो वहाँ पे सेपरेट लीगल एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है. बट हियर joint stock company, in joint stock company the founder or the owner is different than the manager. They have separate legal existence. Okay, so here all the things are done in the name of the owner, all the things are done in the name of the company and not in the name of the members, right? So that is why it is written, it has a separate legal existence. Okay, now so joint stock company क्या है? It is a voluntary association of person, it has separate legal existence. Now perpetual succession and common seal, that also we'll study. Now next point of characteristics features of joint stock company is artificial person. A company does not have a physical body like a human being, it is an artificial person created by law. That's very correct. A company does not have any physical body, okay, like a human being. एक जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी को एक आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन बोला जाता है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो एक नॉर्मल पर्सन के जैसा सारा काम कर सकता है, बट इट डज नॉट हैव द फिजिकल बॉडी. इट इज़ एन आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन, ओके, इट डज नॉट हैव द फिजिकल बॉडी. इट इज़ एन आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन क्रिएटेड बाय लॉ. ओके, क्यों उसको आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन बोला जाता है? बिकॉज the company can operate all the activities of the organization. Okay, the company can perform different operations, they can elect different representatives, okay, they can choose different members of the organization. Okay, so all these things can be done by a company, although the business is run in the name of the company. Okay, company जो है, सॉरी, जब बिजनेस है वो कंपनी के नाम पे चल रही है. ओके, बट यहाँ पे जो कंपनी है वो डिफरेंट मेंबर्स को इलेक्ट करती है, सच एज डायरेक्टर्स. एक कंपनी में बहुत सारे डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं जो एक्चुअली कंपनी को मैनेज करते हैं. ओके, लेकिन कंपनी अलग है और वो मेंबर्स अलग हैं. ओके, सो आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन क्यों बोला जाता है? बिकॉज द कंपनी कैन परफॉर्म ऑल दीज ऑपरेशंस. ओके, its operations are performed by the elected representatives of the members. Okay, तो जितने भी elected representatives हैं, जैसे आपके directors हो गए, they actually carry out all the activities of the organization. इसलिए उसको artificial person बोला जाता है, क्योंकि सारे operations, सारे activities कौन conduct करता है? एक person conduct कर रहा है जो कि elect किया गया है कंपनी के थ्रू से, right? So that is why it is known as artificial person. Now the third is registration. The company must be registered under the Companies Act 1956. Without registration no company can come into existence. Now it is very much compulsory to register the company. Okay, जो भी company है उसको under the Act of 1956 it has to get itself registered. If the company is not legally registered, then it cannot come into existence, right? Now the next is perpetual succession or existence. See, death, insolvency and insanity or change of members has no effect on the life of the company. It can come to an end only through the prescribed legal procedures. Student, as I tell you, perpetual succession means, like, it is a common saying that a person comes and a person go, but the company keeps on moving. चाहे कोई आए या कोई जाए, company still works on its own. Okay, so किसी के डेथ से, किसी के इंसॉल्वेंट होने से, okay, or in any other circumstances of the members, the company will have no problem. Okay, there will be no effect on the life of a company. The company will still run. Okay, and the company can come to an end only through the legal procedure. Okay, by legal procedure. Okay, so here the perpetual succession means what? A company is a voluntary association, it has separate legal identity. It means the company is different and its members are different, means the owner is different. Okay, owner of the company, okay, जिसके नाम पे वो कंपनी है, okay, the founder member and the other directors, they are different, those who are actually managing the company. So किसी के आने जाने या किसी के डेथ से या किसी के इंसॉल्वेंट होने से कंपनी को कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है. दे स्टिल continue. Okay, it still continues. That is why it is known as perpetual succession, because the company still continues even if any death, insolvency or any other complications happens with its with their members, right? Now coming to the next, common seal. It has the official signature of the company and it is affixed on all important documents of the company. Now to represent a company might have the particular logo or its signature. So in all the important documents of the company, that seal have to be affixed. Okay, the seal of the company. Okay, now as you all know that the company is an artificial person, he cannot sign by its own, so therefore he need a common seal. Okay, जिसमें उनका नाम engraved होगा, कंपनी का नाम होगा और उस नाम को, like have you seen stamp, like the same condition, उनको उस नाम का, उनका अपने नाम पे उनका seal होगा and that seal will be affixed on all important documents of the company. Okay, that is common seal. So here you will understand the complete meaning of joint stock company. Okay, joint stock company is a voluntary association of persons having a separate legal existence, perpetual succession and common seal. It means that joint stock company एक ऐसी company होती है जो एक voluntary association of person है. It means here the person come together. Okay, voluntary association of person is there which has created voluntarily and it has separate legal existence. Okay, here the owner and the members are different. Okay, the owning member is different and the managing member are different. Perpetual succession means it is a company which goes on even if like it is a saying, as I told you, a person comes and a person goes, but the companies tends to run and it has a common seal. Okay, in its own name. Okay, and that seal is affixed on all the documents, important documents of the company. This is all about joint stock company. Okay, so the meaning is clear to you. Now we have studied about the characteristics, features of joint stock company. We have studied Now we have already studied some characteristics, features of joint stock company. One, separate legal existence. It has separate legal existence. It is an artificial person. The company cannot run by its own, but here the members of the company will carry out all the operations of the company. Registration is also the feature. Joint stock company has to get itself registered. Perpetual existence is there. Person may come and person comes and person go, but company tends to run. It has a common seal. Now the next is transferability of shares. Students, will end today's class here only. In our next class we'll continue with the next point. That was it for today. Thank you so much.